Guys, what's up? It's the Wrestling with Idiots podcast. It is one of your hosts, Citoo
and Tony.
And Tony's joining me today. Now, Jay's feeling a little under the weather, so he won't be with us today.
That COVID monster got him.
Possibly. It's a possibility. You know how it works. It's crazy.
Everything's COVID, though. Everything's COVID.
It is now, right?
It doesn't matter, dude.
It is. That's how
you
it
can
is.
have the flu. It's COVID.
Yeah.
You can have laryngitis. It's COVID. You can have bronchitis. It's COVID.
A lot of chitises.
Yep. There's a lot of chitises.
A lot of chitises. It's crazy.
You can have just the itis. It's not the itis. It's COVID. I don't care if you eat too much Chinese food.
Yo, it be like that, especially after Thanksgiving. It be like that. Well, guys, tonight we got a Raw review for you.
Real Raw.
We watched Raw, and it was a show. It was a show. I had really high expectations for it.
Yeah, with that opening.
How
did you not have a big, hope and be ready and excited for a show with an opening like that?
And then it just went down like the AEW ratings.
If you have an opening one, you don't open the show with your most, powerful content. That's a closer, if anything.
Yeah.
That's a closer for the show. The way they do the same thing on SmackDown every night with all the Bloodline stuff, where they wait till the very end of the show, could have just done that.
Yeah. Man,
I guess you had to go out with a bang and make it so that your closing was a devastating loss for the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would say that the Judgment Day losing the titles at the beginning of the show, they could have cooked way more heated segments throughout the show with a big loss like that.
How much of that? We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. But how much of the show were we even paying attention to after that? Because it just started going downhill, and it wasn't too good.
If we didn't record what we were watching, in writing, I don't think I would have been able to.
I wouldn't remember either.
I'd been like, damn, I saw Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and I was really happy.
Yeah,
that would have been the whole thing for me.
I'll tell you right now, the opening, and that, you know what, I'm good with the way they did the opening, because usually they separate them, and they kept fighting.
It's either they separate them after the first interaction,
right?
Maybe get a second, or you just get to talking, and they get in each other's faces, and nothing happens because the GM comes out. And they're like, hey, you can't do this. You're going to have to wait till XYZ.
Right.
Hold it off till mid-show. That's when the GM's talking to whoever. And oh, yeah, I just made it official. Bro, you have the power to make it official right then and there.
Right, yeah. Spot. I don't like Adam Pearce as a general manager, but he did make the match official.
Yeah, he had to.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the match. I'm excited.
I think it's going to be a good match. I don't want this match to be that's end all be all. I don't think it will.
Oh
be,
no, I don't think so either.
But we are ramping up at a faster pace than we anticipate going to WrestleMania.
Yeah. So
whatever they need to iron out before then, even though we know that they have a plan and the plans will change up to that point, it's getting dangerously close. So we're treading waters, and if you want to do a 3-part series, you're going to have to figure out what the hell you're doing with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like their match probably is not going to end. Their first match?
Yeah, but how many matches are they going to be? 3? So we're going to have the one on Raw.
Right, and I don't think that's going to end properly.
Right. Then Rumble. Then Elimination Chamber.
You think? I don't know, because I feel like they'll both probably want to be in the Rumble match. And you get heat, right? Let's say Punk eliminates Seth comes back in, throws them out.
Okay, that's even better. So then they're both in the Rumble. They don't have a regular match. And then it goes to Elimination Chamber, and then what's after Elimination Chamber?
You got Mania.
Right. Exactly.
That's the blow-off. That's got to be the blow-off.
Then that match to be their Mania match? I guess it takes them both out of the picture for the Universal title.
Realistically, I would have put the title on one and had the other one win the Rumble.
But I think Drew's still lurking. I think Drew is still lurking in the title. I don't know if it's necessarily for Punk.
I don't think
he's going to be at a WrestleMania event. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I like Drew.
Who would it be? It can't be Sami Zayn.
I don't know. Because one Uso was out, right? He should be back soon, though.
Yeah.
We just put the Usos back in the tag team.
I don't think Jimmy even really got hurt at Survivor
He
Series.
hurt his toe.
Come
on.
bro.
Come
this
on.
is just what they're writing in the script, bro. I think
with God as my witness, he's broken
Bronson
in half.
Reed. I think Bronson Reed actually got hurt.
Yeah.
I think he took. They told him to be a heel, and they said have that heel turn, and he took it a little too serious. I don't know.
He's supposed to come back, right?
Yeah, no, that's sad. Because just right when he
was getting hot too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. When he's starting to get hot, and the fans are starting to be on his side a little bit and enjoy him.
Jay's a big fan of him. Jay's a big fan. Jay was telling me, Jay's like, nah, man, he's that dude. And yeah, he's getting over, and it's a shame that happened to him.
I mean, hopefully when he does get back, that they write him in really good spots, and he has a lot of heat to bring. Because if he doesn't come in with like crazy momentum, people are gonna just forget.
He's got to do something crazy.
Yeah.
And he's got to put somebody out.
Yeah. And it's hard. You can't even make him like a mystery face because you see that bowling ball rolling into the stage, everyone's going to know who it is.
I mean, you put a mask on him, and I don't know. I feel like I won't recognize you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I won't recognize
like
you.
Like a big tumbleweed. But after this Punk and Seth segment, we had that weird little thing.
Judgment Day in the back?
With the Judgment Day, which I think kind of foreshadowed to a finale of the show. You know, Liv being real cocky about her title and how Raquel's gonna win, and the Judgment Day, and this guy wanting to have his light shine on him, and talk about him. Well,
clearly the Judgment Day is fractured.
Right.
There's
you
cracks
mentioned
in there.
that.
Right.
As soon as the segment was over, you're like, they're really making this the word.
And it was pretty obvious when you saw it because they were at two different sides.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone ever assumed that the Judgment Day was going to stay together with Liv being the face of that group because she made her intentions known from the door. I'm here to take everything from Rhea. I just want to make sure Rhea has nothing, so I'm going to take everything. I don't necessarily want it. I just want Rhea to not have it.
Right.
So now that she does have it, she probably doesn't even want Dom. She just has Dom as dragon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once that championship's gone, everything's gone. She's not going to care about anything.
No. I don't... Yeah, I agree. I don't really think she's gonna. And, again, once Damian and Rhea left the Judgment Day, it was pretty much a wrap for that group.
Right.
It was pretty much a wrap. And now, it looks like you're going to have Liv, Dominic, and Raquel. And then you're going to have Finn, JD, and Carlito. And I like Carlito. Personally, I grew up being a big fan of Carlito, but Carlito's not it.
He's just so random.
They gotta do something.
He's so random. I mean, you could have the stable of Dom, Damian, and JD, but I don't think Dom's gonna stay if Liv goes. But I think if Liv goes, she's not gonna stay with Dom. So I think that's when Dom's gonna get into his single run.
Right. That's what I'm expecting too. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it, JD and Finn can possibly stay as a tag team. Liv is probably going to stay with Raquel as her heater.
Have them two together specifically because just make
But Dirty Dom could be on his own, but Carlito, he's pretty much gone. He's going to get lost.
Finn's run with the team has been for a couple years now. I think it's about time he kind of transitions himself back into a singles position.
And what do you do with JD?
JD just becomes one of those people like
Ricochet.
He becomes a Ricochet.
I think he's a better talker. You've seen Ricochet talk before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. But his head's too big, literally. Like, they don't have enough money to have a camera with a wide enough lens to get his head and the audience in the back.
He's like a Funko Pop, right?
Yeah, so I think it's best for the company's budget that they write him off a little bit, Put him in house shows.
I'll tell you right now, he has improved in the Judgment Day.
I think his abilities in the ring are looking a lot more crispier.
I think he could have a hell of a good match with a Braun Breaker.
You think him and a Braun?
Oh yeah, I could see him doing something gnarly and getting speared. I would call right in midair.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. I would say put him with like a Kaiser at first. We gotta give him single status before that.
But we keep him as a heel, right? Because he looks unlikable.
Oh yeah.
He looks
Oh
unlikable.
yeah. He's definitely.
And he's a short dude. You can see him like
Right.
talking his ish and
Like-
slapping somebody.
the shit they're doing. Excuse my French. I don't know if you can speak French.
I
on this.
probably can.
Nah, but what they're doing with Butch and R-Truth,
Oh,
they would have
God.
to fit him somewhere like that.
I
first.
don't. I'm so tired. Butch is
We don't
another
need
one.
him on.
Thank you.
We
Just
don't-
get rid of the guy.
We don't need Butch.
Yeah,
He's an
it's-
embarrassment.
I'm not.
for
I
himself
don't
and for
care
everyone.
for him. But we're just talking about Braun Breaker,
And that was.
and then he had him and Kaiser.
Yeah, that was a snooze
And-
fest too. I mean, there was a couple good spots.
There was a couple.
There was a
I'm not
couple
a
good spots.
listen. I'm not a fan of Kaiser, and I think that if his tights get any smaller, they're gonna have to change the rating of the show.
I mean, he's a good performer. Though. You have to.
He's not
You
bad.
have to
Yeah, no.
consider his
He's
athletic
not
ability.
bad. He's at, and you know what?
I think that.
He could get heat.
Yeah.
People
Yes.
don't like him.
I think that move on the steps is a devastating thing that he does, and like to see one of your favorites get put in that, you're like, I hope
Yeah.
they move out the way or something.
Yeah,
because it just looks, it's a painful spot.
Yeah,
I'm
it looks-
surprised
it
they
looks-
even
yeah.
allow it
it looks
to
dangerous.
happen. Yeah, so, I mean, but the match was alright. You know,
Right outcome.
We really assumed what was going to happen.
Right.
I don't think anyone had thought that Kaiser was
Right.
actually going to take that belt off.
Yo, Braun's a star, bro. Braun's a star.
It's just, I've seen it so many times, but still to this point, like, I'm still very surprised and just in shock and awe at that Frankenstein, dude.
yeah,
That thing is insane. Like, how a guy of his size,
big dude.
it's
He's
like,
big.
how are you doing that, dude? Like, he's a specimen for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's a future world champion if everything goes right. You can't mess him up. You can't mess him up. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. And we was talking about this. I wouldn't be shocked if Kaiser in a couple years is
Gunther's spot.
right. If he's a bigger star than Gunther.
I hope that what they do before they send him on his singles journey is that they bring it to a boiling point with Gunther, where he ends up facing Gunther for his belt and ultimately takes it from him. And that gets to his head,
Bro,
and he just becomes
Not-
a problem.
you know what? What if Gunther, when he loses the title, Kaiser just turns on him, attacks him,
I can
calls
see
him a loser?
that. I can see that. And they can play that card too,
Yeah.
because he's the first one to turn on Vinci. Because the
Right.
reality of what happened to Vinci, that's all. That's
right,
behind
right.
the scenes
Yeah,
stuff, but
yeah.
nobody knows
Right,
that.
no. They just know that
Yeah.
on camera.
Right, on camera, Kaiser's the bad guy.
He's the
So
one
they
that
know that
shot.
he turned on someone before. He can totally turn
Yeah.
on Gunther. Yeah. I would like to see, once Gunther gets that belt off of him, I think that's probably the best candidate to take it off him.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to see him as a heavyweight champion at
No,
all.
no.
At all. But I think give him the belt, let him hold it for like 2 months. Maybe
Like
like
2
one
months?
PLE, and then
I would-
and then have someone just take it.
I'm with you where I would like to see them feud. I think them feud.
You don't want to see it.
I don't want him with the belt.
I
But
want to see him take the belt off him because that's going to
I don't-
provide a lot of heat between the two of them.
what? You know what? What if he costs him the title?
That would be even better. Okay, all right.
Let him cost him the title. But man, can he just bulk up? He need to bulk. You
No,
laughing?
yo.
Nah.
He can't, bro.
He
'cause
needs some
he was-
muscle mass, bro.
He had that physique when he got Tiff, bro. So if he still got Tiff,
Bro, he look like
he's gonna stay
bro,
like that,
he
bro.
look
Because
like
Tiff
he-
is loving it.
he look
If
like
Tiff
he's
was
that-
loving me like that, bro, I'm gonna stay like that.
Bro, he look
It's
like he's
Tippy
had
time.
this- It is tippy time. But he looks like he's had that physique since he was like in 9th grade.
So what? The guy
He
likes
said
to
so
swim.
what?
It's okay.
I can't take him.
He's in the
I
pool a
I
lot.
can't take him serious if his muscle mass is like that.
I wish I had the physique.
Oh,
He
Oh.
made beer too good though, man.
yeah. Well, it's crazy because right after this, we had the Drew and Seth segment.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. I mean, the most excited we got is because we were we discussed post like the
Right,
whole
right,
season
yeah.
pod. And
Possible
they
group.
were suggesting that there's a possible group that could be happening with all these random heel turns that are going
Right.
on with Seth,
Drew, and KO.
and KO. I think that would be a powerhouse team.
That would be a hell of a
The
group.
way they need to get those pieces aligned to fit properly is going to be difficult and make sense, I feel like, for
Right.
the fans. Because, especially this segment tonight, it's like, Seth's not on board, dude. And Seth's giving backup as to why he's not. He's like, the dudes you don't like, I like. Those
Yep.
are my boys. Like, you're not my boy.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard. I mean, I think if anyone's convincing and manipulating enough, it is definitely Drew
It's Drew, yeah,
McIntyre.
it's Drew.
But you just have to get. Honestly, I could see it at least with these two. How KO gets involved, I don't know.
Well,
Because for KO to get involved, they would need to have Seth turn on the Usos.
Right.
And Zayn.
and Sammy, yeah.
And KO, as of right now, is still kind of cool with him. Maybe. We don't know, because he's kind of partnering with the Usos. So, it's hard. I think we need to see a couple more weeks.
Well, we might need to see these guys all traded on the same show as well for this to work.
What could totally happen, at least for Drew and Seth, is during the match with Punk, Drew interferes and gives Rollins a win.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
So if something like that happens, then Seth's like, okay.
I was going to go one better and say Drew interferes, and because Drew interferes, it brings out Sammy, and Sammy accidentally could pause Seth the match.
Okay.
Then you give him a reason
to not.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that too.
You gotta
that
figure
makes
out
sense.
a way.
No, but that's perfect sense as
right.
to why this.
That's the perfect way
Sami
of doing
Zayn
it.
and Drew thing's still going on because, as we saw later in the show, Sammy comes out of nowhere to stop Drew from doing whatever he was going to do. And honestly, I don't know how you interpreted it.
Right.
But the way Drew was walking up, I don't think he was going to attack.
But I was going to say the same thing. I don't think he was going to attack.
I think he was just going to
ask
kind of
Seth
bring his presence in
and tell him, let's go shopping.
Right.
Let's get the skirts or something.
Right. I don't think he was going to attack him.
No, I don't think so either.
Right. We got to see, bro. We just got to be patient.
You can tell, but this show was, when you look at it, was really revolved around Rollins. Right. Rollins was doing a whole bunch.
Yeah, but it had to be. Because other than the Rollins stuff, they had nothing. They got nothing. They had nothing to give us. They got like, oh yeah, tag team title change. Like, bro, nobody cares about it because nobody cares about your current champion. They're never in any PLEs. No. They're not doing anything to show us why they're good champions.
Maybe we could raise the matches of PLEs, but we keep going 5.
Yeah.
5. It's like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, they're scared. And budget,
like, oh man, at some point. Okay, and it's crazy because there was a lot of backstage segments.
Oh yeah,
there was. Because after this, we had the New Day segment.
I don't know. We need to get somebody heated enough. Hopefully, it happens on next week's show, where somebody's so mad, so where we actually get these guys in, because we need to see what kind of performance in the ring these guys are changing up to give them that edge.
Well, you know what? They're heels now.
Right, exactly.
Tag team champions are now faces. But yeah, they got to do something. And I
want to see what's making these guys edgier than just that one single promo. Because as of right now, all that we've seen of them are people like, oh, you guys are kind of a-holes for treating Big E like that.
Right,
right. But it's like, give me a reason why they're worse than just the promo. Because as of right now, everyone's just mad at them about a promo. If you're trying to make them heels, make them heels.
Well, Rey Mysterio basically didn't let them change in the locker room.
Right.
Everybody loves Rey. I can see them attacking Rey.
Oh, I can see them.
Attack Rey, take his mask off.
Take his mask off? You think they're going to go that far?
I mean, he'll cover his face. And
right.
then you just beat him, and then you got the other LWO guys.
Okay.
And then you can have the New Day start by beating them.
For a couple weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, bro. But they need to win the majority of it.
And they need to cheat to win. They need to win dirty. And they need to be vicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what I think would be dope? You know how Kofi has the Trouble in Paradise?
Okay.
If he does it when his opponents are not facing him, so it'll hit the back of the head, right? Make it look he's in the back of the neck, so he can try to put them out.
You think the writer's gonna flip like that?
I don't think it is, bro.
Like that, though, bro. The current writing situation.
No, they're not gonna do that.
They're not doing that.
But that'd be dope.
I think that's just something we gotta wait and see, bro. I'm not caring too much for the New Day stuff. I know we've had discussions before where you're like, dude, so like, what in the show or shows are actually happening that you genuinely care for, that you want to see?
Yeah.
It's like the only thing I cared to see during this show today was just the stuff that happened
in the beginning. Yeah, it went downhill from there.
everything was just whatever. And then you got the New Day segment, and then how do you go to even much more of a snooze fest? It's like, bro, you just gave me NyQuil, now you're giving me melatonin. Why do you want me to go to sleep so bad? And yo, the match was not good. We didn't pay attention
the women's
to any of the match.
Right.
The only thing that I paid attention to is toward the end of the match. I started to see what was going on. I will say Katana Chance, that's her name, right? Who was in the match? Bruce or
Damien's
girl. I think that's her name.
Carter. No.
Carter. Yeah, Carter. Okay. Yeah, I think she was looking good the entire match. Like she was actually looking good.
Yeah, she was doing some good stuff.
She was holding it down. That ending, bro. That botch was severe. I wish your eyes were on TV, and I knew it was hard to have that happen.
Yeah.
But bro, that botch was terrible.
I don't even remember who won. Was it Zoe?
Zoe's the one that botched, but it was because Homegirl's arm had caught her leg, and she tripped up on the finish that made her back up, so she had to kind of pounce to the pin. But it was just not.
And by the way,
it was very sloppy.
Because I know when Jay's on the show, and I tell Jay, and for whatever reason he doesn't care. None of those girls got a reaction. No. Nobody cared for them. Nobody. That's a problem.
The only time people were giving reactions was when Rhea came out.
Right, and that was before the match.
Rhea always gets reactions.
So Rhea's over.
I love Rhea.
Oh my God.
We can't keep talking about Rhea, bro.
Yeah.
The show won't end.
It won't end.
I love Rhea. No, I want her to bench press.
Yeah, I know.
Besides the point.
He said that's besides the point.
But then we had the final event, bro. That men's tag team match.
Yeah, World Tag Team title on the line
with the Viking guys.
Viking
Raiders.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like, where's the football at, dude?
Yeah, where's the football? Probably hate it. Don't do that, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was me. I would have eaten too if I looked like that.
Yeah, well. And then you know
the Judgment Day, former tag team champion. Now,
how many did like their third defense?
Right? No, legit.
Like you're I'm not even joking,
second, bro. It might even be their first, honestly.
Yeah, that's a problem.
They never defend those titles, dude. They
that's
had to
a problem.
Take them. Yeah. Hopefully we see the Viking Raiders at least have some matches. Like,
how many tag teams are even on the ball? Like keep it a buck.
I don't know.
I just know 3 tag teams, 2 in this match and the New Day.
Yeah.
But then you probably do have the LWO guys.
The LWO. But we need more tag teams.
Yeah. That's why I didn't agree with them breaking up the Imperium guys.
How do you feel about your boys that had just got those titles on SmackDown losing to
the Machine Guns? Yeah. I was sick.
Yeah,
I was tight.
I didn't even know that. I was on X, Twitter, actually.
The little bird.
And I was looking at the highlights of SmackDown. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even realize.
I'll be honest with you,
they lost the belt.
I really don't care about Gargano or Ciampa.
I will keep it above you. I don't care about any of the tag teams.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't know if it was possible for the tag team division to get worse after Vince left.
It happened. Don't care about any of the tag teams. And I think I'm spoiled, bro, because I will forever love my Hardy Boys, bro.
That was the golden age of tag teams,
bro. Yes, that was the golden age of tag teams, bro.
Outlaw.
You had the best tag team champions. You know what it might be? They're not doing the kind of matches that were bringing those tag team stables to their heights. It's those triple threat tag teams where you have multiple people fighting for one thing.
Well, it's not only that. And Tony, I talked to Jay about the same thing. How many of these guys and girls have personality? Like, look, we just watched Raw. How many people on this show have personality?
You know what it is? You know what they're doing? They're taking their tag team people. They're taking the stables and they're like, all right, who are not faces for our show? Like, who's not going to be guys who we're going to put out, and these guys are going to do the main thing.
Right.
They're going to hold our show together. Whoever these guys can't be or won't be, we're just going to throw them in tag team. We're just going to put these 2 guys together because they mesh well enough to where we can have something going on. It's like, why are you not taking guys that are coming in together have that chemistry,
right?
That chemistry.
Yep.
Like, what's this guy's name? That's on NXT. He's probably gonna get drafted to one of the main brands.
Oh, Trick.
Yeah,
Trick Williams.
Trick
Hayes,
Williams
right?
and Hayes
Yeah.
have amazing chemistry.
Yeah.
You can see them as a tag team.
Yep.
If they came in as a tag team to one of the main brands, we would love that. And we would want to see them hold belts. They could go up against guys like the Usos. You know what I mean? But no, they can't. And they took the Usos and they
they're gonna have to put them back together. They're gonna have to.
Right.
Because I don't know how many tag teams are left. And again, this match, no one cared about this match.
No.
Like the crowd was.
The Viking Raiders, yeah, they came in together, but they're not giving them anything good to, like maybe.
Now, how much blame are we putting on the Raiders? Like these teams,
I'm not putting it on the Raiders specifically.
So it's the booking.
Because we've seen Ivar in the ring. Ivar is talented, bro.
Right.
A guy of that size,
no, he's
good.
The way
He's
he
good.
does,
bro.
But now, if they can't get a
writing.
reaction, it's the writing. You think it's the writing?
I think it's the writing. I think it's just not there. Why are these guys not putting out segments the way you have a Drew McIntyre or a Punk? Why are you not having guys get in each other's faces and just doing more for it? It's like small segments, and then when you want to see the beef actually unfold, it's because there's title defenses in the way, or it's like small clips that they don't even put in the ring. We need to see that interaction in the ring, to see the body language, the anger, the way they're talking. Like, I think that when you're cutting little promos that's just showing on the screen for us, it's not giving us that connection to the wrestlers.
Yeah, the writing situation needs to be better. And a lot of these guys and girls, they got to try to get themselves over. Like, you see Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
At one point, there was a lot of people that really stopped caring about him.
Yeah.
And he went on Twitter, similar to Becky Lynch.
Right.
And they became, professional trolls on Twitter, and they got themselves over.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys and girls can't do that. And then the writing is not really helping them. Because
they can't do it because they're not big enough. I mean, at least Drew was once one of those guys. Like, Drew, before he kind of was on that down slope, he
was the champion.
You would go back. You would be able to go back on YouTube and watch some of his highlights.
Yeah.
Watch some of his old matches. No one's looking at Gargano. No one's looking at Kaiser and Vinci. No one's looking at any of these guys' old matches.
No. Well, not only that, I think the size, and that's what I was saying, that Kaiser got to bulk up. Because it becomes a problem. Like, I think it was Carmelo Hayes. You see him and Orton wrestle in the summer, I think?
Yeah.
He looked like a kid.
Yeah.
Next to Orton.
Right.
And now, Orton gained like 40 pounds of muscle.
He's eating the good food.
Yeah, you see it. But again, it's just like,
he's getting a lot of blood work.
These guys you gotta be like bigger or something. Like, look,
you think that it's the size that's getting them?
I think the size is
You think
hurting.
size matters?
Well,
hey, yo,
wait a minute.
That's your biggest argument right now, dude.
Well, for some of the guys, I think there's some guys that are just boring.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I don't want to bash on anybody, but there's a current champion.
Who's selling merch, right?
Bruh, I'm not even playing. Look, and then look, again, let's say this is your business, right?
Okay.
And let's say you got 10 people working for you, right? And 3 of them make you the most amount of money.
You're going to want to show them all the time.
Those are the ones that are like, oh, well, maybe he's not as good as his job. It don't matter. He's making me money.
I think a lot of it, too, can definitely be from, like, if we're comparing back to tag teams of the old, right?
Right.
Tag teams of legends. You got to think, the stuff that we were able to see on TV was a lot different than the stuff.
It was edgier, yeah.
Like, we can't do a lot of the crazy stunts.
No.
And I just don't think Health Standards has a lot of these guys to the way that they can be performing like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I think all in all, if you can write your character well enough, you can have something good. But at the same time, I think that that's also in tandem and part of these tag teams being able to reach that level of acting to get that crowd over, to get that crowd reach with them. But I think it's also like, you got to do something big, dude. You got to do something shocking. If you're not doing something shocking and you're not hurting another person
Look,
in a severe way,
that's how this guy
you're not
got
gonna
over.
grab.
That's
You're not
how
gonna grab the
Bronson
crowd.
Reed got over.
Yeah, no,
That's how
exactly.
he got over.
Destroying Seth.
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's like, no, because this guy was a nobody. Now he's going
Well,
for
yeah,
Seth Rollins.
right,
Like,
right.
Seth Rollins is a big guy on the show.
Well, yeah, he's one of the
And out of nowhere, it's like, Seth didn't do anything to this guy.
Right.
This guy's just trying to make a name for himself.
And that's
that
how
was
he made
his
his
whole.
statement.
That was the whole writing for him. It's like he's trying to make a reason for people to notice him, and it worked perfectly.
And here's the thing: when you look at it, because again, and Jay was saying it, like, you know, he's doing this, he's doing that. They booked him really good,
right?
And they made him special.
Exactly.
Now you got to do that with the other guys on your roster that they can't get over on their own, because you got a couple champions on the show that no one cares for.
Oh no, a lot.
Yeah, no one cares for them.
Like I'm gonna be surprised at they can't have a Zoe Stark win this women's tourney right now.
No,
they need to have somebody.
I'm pretty sure
below Chelsea.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Lyra Valkyria.
But doesn't she have like a big fan base coming in for the show? I mean, she's not big right now,
right?
But you know,
out of all the girls, she's probably the most over.
I don't think you can have somebody who's really over to go against Chelsea and have Chelsea retain. And do you want to take the belt immediately off Chelsea?
Well, no, the title. So there's two different titles. So Chelsea got the U.S. title for the women.
Oh, it's the U.S. They're going after the Intercontinental.
So that's what I'm saying.
Who has that? Oh,
nobody.
That's not even,
it's vacant.
Okay. When did they go? Damn, they just opened up.
They right.
Back to back. Okay.
Yeah. To cover Lethal Weapon.
I missed a couple of episodes, bro. I was looking forward to that Saturday night main event, which it was cool.
It was
It was cool.
I was about to say the same thing. Like that wasn't hitting the way I thought it was gonna.
I mean, this is for a whole other discussion.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely do that at some point.
I will say, all in all, that one tweet that you sent me or whatever post it was, that if there's no title changes, it's just a glorified
house
show. And yeah. I
yeah.
guess. No, but you know what, bro? I think that was a wonderful opportunity, and I think they executed properly. Just getting the feud, like the relationship,
right.
Like transitioning a feud. I think that show was perfect.
Yeah,
because like you saw the energy, you saw the chemistry in the ring, especially like from that first match between Seth and Drew, which I don't think that was a banger. Sammy and Drew. Like, I don't think people were caring so much for that match. Like, they were looking for the Cody stuff. You know
right. So that's the match. There was just really a one match show.
If you were watching, bro, like you weren't really at the TV or
no, I didn't pay attention to them. I came like towards
the end. I would definitely recommend going back and watching.
Was that the match of the night?
Yeah, watching that.
Oh, it was the match of the night.
I don't know if it was the match of the night.
Well, you said yeah.
But I'm telling you, like the performances and the storytelling and just the physicality alone was very, very good.
Drew and Sammy are good. Drew and Sammy are really good.
Yeah, they had really, really good chemistry. But that, like I said, that's like for another show.
That's for another show.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that sums it up.
Damien, right? Return tonight.
Oh, consider that a return?
Oh, God. Was he on Raw on Monday? He was, man. Last Monday?
This is the first show back from his triple threat.
No, but last Monday was he on the show?
I don't know. I don't think I caught the show.
Bro,
this is my first show in about 2 weeks.
How is it that they put Raw to 2 hours and it's still a chore to watch? Like 3 hours was like long. They're making 2 hours long.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, no,
that's a problem.
I felt the runtime today. I did. I don't know if it's because I had a long day today.
No,
but I was feeling that.
Because I didn't have a long day.
I was feeling that runtime.
But thank God they have.
But I don't understand. Again, we're gonna keep harping on this, but but it's always gonna come back to this. It's the writing, because I think that I can watch a 2 hour SmackDown, and I enjoy 2 hours of SmackDown. There's some matches like I can definitely tune out and go on my phone,
right?
But that's like a commercial break, dude. We all need commercial breaks here and then. But like when they're actually doing stuff with their main guys and the main faces, like I'm loving every second of that. I'm eating that up, and I'm like, okay. maybe they need to write SmackDown better because it was a 2-hour show versus a 3-hour show. But now it's a 2-hour show and a 2-hour show. Why are you not?
And they about to both go to 3 hours.
No.
Yeah.
They could keep them at 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Keep them at 2. Just make them interesting.
Right. Bring to an hour and a half, commercial free.
Highlight of the night, beginning of the show.
Yeah, beginning of the show.
Biggest pop was those 2 guys in the beginning.
Yeah.
Followed by.
Yeah.
And then Damien at the end, who interfered.
Oh yeah.
Thank God that match was like on light. That the fans were on life support for that match until they saw Damien, and they popped.
Right.
And these guys, they got a little pop because of Damien, the Viking guys.
Yeah. Right.
He gave him a rub. You know what I mean?
Pause.
Oh no, did he? Hold on. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I didn't mean it the way it said it.
Wait,
He said, wait,
that was definitely, those were the heights. The lowest point was that botch in that women's match. That women's match.
That the relay match was,
was not it. I think an hour and a half show, commercial free.
An hour and a half show?
No, commercial free though.
Well,
like no commercials at all.
Well, they about to be on Netflix. You don't have commercials on Netflix?
If you put me through a 3-hour show with no commercials, bro, no one should be around me because I will probably murder somebody. Nah, don't quote me on that because if I end up murdering somebody, bro, they're going to come back to this. I'm going to get in trouble. But I'm not going to murder anybody for the record. Just cut this, bro. Just cut it.
Just cut it. Well, listen, that was our Raw review. And until next time, be safe, guys.